All right, thanks, Dom. IMS says it has high hopes for big crowds this weekend. This year's race is expected to draw 70,000 people to the track. We're told a good weather forecast is helping to boost ticket sales. IMS President Doug Bowles says hosting a crown jewel race of NASCAR helps cement Indianapolis as the racing capital of the world.
When you think Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you often think just IndyCar, but this has become one of those traditional races that's been around for decades now, and it's one of the races we look forward to so much right in the middle of the summer.
Also, a reminder for fans, the 16th Street Bridge is closed right now, so come early and know your route if you're headed to the track. Rob's here now with a closer look. Rob.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge thoroughfare, so you definitely want to avoid it. The good news is if you're coming from downtown or areas to the east or south, you've got several options here. 10th Street, Michigan Street, New York Street, also down to Washington Street. Once you get across the river, then you can take White River Parkway and head north. From there, you're going to be able to either take 10th or 16th. As usual, if you take 10th, you can make the turn onto Tibbs, and then you're essentially at the Speedway. If you're coming from the north, say on 65, headed southbound, 30th Street is going to be your best bet as you take that exit and turn left into the Speedway. Keep in mind, there are road closures around race time, so keep that in mind. About an hour before, Georgetown south of 25th is going to be closed, as well as 16th Street down to Olin Avenue. There's going to be various closures there. Those will last from about an hour before until the checkered flag for that race. Keep that in mind.
All right, Rob, thanks. Remember, if you want to go to the race tomorrow, general admission tickets for infield viewing mound access are $50. Flex admission is $75, and kids 15 and under are free of charge with an adult ticket. Now, parking lots, those open at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. The public gates to the track open at 10, and the Brickyard gets started at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. All right, so we've talked tickets, we've talked traffic. What about the forecast?
You know, I think it's overall looking pretty good. It's certainly going to be warmer than it was today. It was a bit on the cool side today.
It was, yeah. So we're heating up Sunday.
We are definitely heating up, and we're headed back into a summertime pattern. But the good news is I think the rain chances should hold off for the most part. We are going to be watching a few showers develop over into Illinois, but for the most part, we're currently on the cooler side. Look at the 70s in play. I was hoping we'd make it into the 80s, and there were a few locations that outside of this cloud cover that moved through that made it there, but really it has been a cool day, and we do have a few of those very light sprinkles that are moving through. Some of you saw that for today. Now, what can you expect for the rest of the evening? We're likely going to stay in the 70s. The clouds will likely stay with us for a few more hours, and then if we can clear out some of those clouds, our temperatures will be able to drop, but only into the upper 60s because the humidity has come back up, and for tomorrow the humidity is going to stay with us. So we'll leave some of those clouds in place for the overnight, maybe even a little bit of patchy fog before we see the temperatures warm up. We'll do upper 80s for tomorrow if we can clear out some of those clouds and get some sunshine. We'll talk about when we get back into the 90s, and yes, there are some rain and storm chances in the 7-day. Have it coming up.
All right, see you in a few minutes, Rob. Thank you. It is game night for the WNBA All-Stars. This is a live look right now at the city of Chicago, where the All-Star game will get underway in just about 2.5 hours. 3 Fever players will be taking the court tonight: Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston. Now, the Fever shared a couple videos on social media of a busy morning for the players, including Caitlin Clark. This video shows her having a conversation on stage as part of Eli Lilly's full court health event. Another video features Aaliyah Boston having some fun at the same event, which also included GQ Sports and Glamour. The All-Star game begins tonight at 8:30 at the United Center. And then don't forget, WTHR is your local TV home of the Fever. We're airing a few more games this season, including Tuesday night's game in Seattle. That'll be over on our sister station, WALV. We posted how you can find that channel on WTHR.com/fever. Still ahead for us tonight, Bloomington making the big screen. Filming now underway for a new movie, Little Five. And today, thousands of extras made their debut shooting scenes at Assembly Hall. The cast of locals is a big deal for this film. Our Brandon Schaff takes us behind the scenes in Bloomington.
I'm inside Assembly Hall, but not for an IU basketball game. They're actually filming an upcoming movie about the Little 500. And all of these fans that are gathered behind me, they're extras in a scene for that film. Those extras filled entire sections of Assembly Hall, decked out in IU gear, making it feel as real as possible. They came to watch and participate as crews filmed the 1987 Mini 500 tricycle race. You'll have to wait to see what that looks like in the film. But Assembly Hall was transformed to make it look and feel like a scene straight out of the 80s. The film is based on the first women's Little 500 in 1988 and the efforts to lift up women's athletics to be seen as equal to men. The filmmakers, with Pegasus Pictures, went to IU, so this is personal for them. And they're excited to start filming after the idea for the movie came years ago.
We've been looking forward to this. We've been wanting to do this. Now we're here. We've got extras rolling in the door. You know, it's real, and that makes it so much more fun than just talking about it.
Filming will continue at Bill Armstrong Stadium for the actual Little 500 race scene in August. In Bloomington, Brandon Sheff, 13 News.
Well, we are looking at those temperatures to get back into the 90s. Some locations could get into the low 90s early next week. We'll see how long that'll last in our forecast coming up.
Today it's been 3,283 days that I've not had a chance to say hello or goodnight to my son.
A grieving father, how a blood drive honors his son who made the ultimate sacrifice for the community he served.